What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How y'all doing? Cosmic Harry here, bringing you another World Thanks video. And for those of you that are new here, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And for all my other subscribers, I still got it. Welcome back to the channel. I used to say this every single video. That was my intro. Every single video for the first 2-3 years. I've had 300-400 vids where I did that intro right there. I still remember it. Hello, boys and girls. How you all doing? Welcome to my vid. Today we're going to be looking at the Iron Rain. I think I have 100+ games easily. I don't know. I haven't checked. Played in this thing, and I'm here to bring you my kind of like a honest opinion of this tank, because it's a tier 8 premium machine. The tier 8 premiums are the most expensive tanks in the game. Should you buy it? Should you not buy it? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? And all of that jazz. It's not. I don't know. Is it currently available to buy in the tech tree with the 30% off? I haven't got a clue. But what do I think of it? You know, because I've played in it substantially, quite a bit. And what do I think of it? And I think it's a fantastic machine. You know, it has its severe drawbacks. 100%, which is the gun. You'd think, okay, the gun is a severe drawback, then I'm not gonna buy this thing. And you should kind of hear me out through and through, you know, from beginning to end before you make a decision. But do I regret buying this tank? Absolutely not. When I first heard about a tier 8 auto-loading Borsig, I did make that vid where I kind of hyped it up to the max, like, oh, it was like the second coming or something, that this tank was going to ruin tier 8 matchmaking. Can I have a sip of my cafe latte? 1 second. Pardon me. But it hasn't, and it won't, and it can't, and it is somewhat balanced by the fact that it is a very typical auto-loading gun. So what you're getting here is basically a Borsig, a tech tree Borsig, 100% the same, apart from the gun. Everything else is pretty much the same. Actually, the camo values on this tank and compared to the tech tree tank are exactly the same. But the thing is, with the tech tree tank, you can add additional camo, permanent camo, which boosts your camo by 5%. So technically speaking, and I don't know if this is an oversight by Wargaming or not, was it intentional, I haven't got a clue, the tech tree tank, the Borsig, has better camo values than once you add camo than this tank. So not to take anything away from this tank, because it's, as far as the camo values are there, it's just like, you know, you don't notice a difference. It's just like the regular Borsig. You're just this invisible sniper. And in this very first game, where I won't commentate, I'm invisible for most of the game, and I try to not move for most of the game, and that's why I picked this game to not commentate over, because it's really, really boring. The result is fantastic, but it's very boring to kind of sort of watch. So don't watch, listen to me. Everything apart from that, it's exactly the same. It's just the only thing, the gun is the only difference between the two tanks, and you'd think they're the same because, you know, they look the same. But no, the gun is a very, very typical auto-loading gun. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it sucks. It sucks. I mean, if it was doing, you know, 220, 250, whatever it is, you know, medium damage at tier 8, it would, I would say, stay clear of this thing. But, you know, it is pumping out 3 shots of 490, you know. So that is something. When it works, but most times it won't work. You know, the accuracy is different. You know, the aim time is different from the regular Borsig. It's also what people refer to as the hidden stats, like the accuracy of the rotating turret are absolutely abysmal. I'm not going to give you the exact figures, because who cares what the exact figures are. Bottom line, they're terrible. You know, they are terrible. It takes forever and a day to aim with this tank. I swear to God, when you turn the turret, it is awful. It is an awful gun, but it's made up for. It's balanced, if you want to use that expression. The only redeeming factor of the gun is the fact that it fires those 3 clips, and when those 3 clips do work, they do go way out where they're supposed to go. Then, oh yes, well done, skill, well done, you know. But they're for the most part, I'd say, you know, thinking about my time in this tank and shooting off an entire clip, for the most part, on average, it's you pen once, you track once, and you miss once. I'd say that would be the norm. That would be on average. If you'd have to work out the average, what happens when you fire 3 fully aimed shots with this tank. But the thing is, like I said, when it does work, it does work. I mean, even if you pen twice, that's 1k damage, and that's a significant amount of damage to take away from your opponents. And when you are top tier and you're pumping out that much damage with 3 clips, and when you're top tier, the tanks below you are much squishier, much easier to pen. So your chances of penetrating a tank are increased substantially, you know, so 100%. So you have a much better chance of penning at least twice, you know, sometimes all 3 shots. But for the most part, yeah, you're going to be quite frustrated. That's because it's, I guess we're calling this balance. You know, this is wargaming trying to balance the tank. This is wargaming trying to implement a tank that is not going to suffocate and destroy tier 8 games, you know, because that's what it would do if it had the accuracy of the Borsig and the regular Borsig and all of that jazz. It would just like stifle, annihilate tier 8. So should you buy this tank? I would say 100% yes. I mean, if you're a tank collector, you're going to buy it. Should you buy this tank? Because is it unique? Is it interesting? It's not unique because it looks like just like a regular Borsig, but it has an auto-loading gun. That's what makes it kind of separates it from, you know, the Germans. They don't get that many autoloaders, do they? Oh, the Waffle at tier 10, but and another reason should you whether or not should you buy this tank is, it's a tier 8 premium. People buy tier 8 premiums to make silver. Does it make silver? And this tank 100% does make silver. And it does make silver because you're a hidden sniper, so you're hardly ever seen. Okay, you're not you know, you're getting a lot of assist damage there. You're spotting a lot of targets. You're shooting your gun, and even once you shoot your gun, you're not lit up. So there's a lot of damage to inflict in this tank that you can inflict in this tank. It works at tier 9. It works at tier 10, 100%. You actually, it doesn't mean anything if you're at tier 10, because when tier 10 tanks are presented to you, it's greatly gonna enhance your silver making capabilities, your silver earning potential, because you're hitting tier 10 targets in a tier 8 tank. You get extra silver and extra XP for doing that, 100%. So it definitely does make silver. Yeah, I think in like an hour or two I can make a cool million. I don't have to do that much to get like 100k silver per game. And it's very relaxing to play. You know, if you're in another tier 8 medium, like a, I don't know, like a I haven't got a clue, man. My mind has gone blank. You know, you have to brawl, you have to get in there, you have to get stuck in, you have to work for your silver, for that. You have to work those flanks. With this tank, you just kind of sit back and just let the battle happen before your very eyes, and just pew, pew, pew. And granted, you're gonna miss a lot of shots, but it's worth it. It is worth it. But it does have a smelly French. It's not French, I know it's not, but it just reminds me of the French auto-loading guns. And I say French, I say smelly, sorry. Don't mean to offend. Anyhow, let's get into some gameplay, shall we? Okay, tier 9 matchup, Lakeville. We're heading down the center. You can see I'm going to be initially the eyes and ears for my team. My view range is fantastic, but it doesn't extend all the way back to the back of the map. You know, that would involve me pushing much more forward. But I'm very comfortable heading down here without any support, you know, up to a point, 100%. I don't want to go any further. If I do get lit up, I die. And it's as simple as that. You always need to have a plan B. And I always say that. Pardon me, I'm scratching my nose. You always need to have a plan B. You always need to have an escape route. With this tank, the plan B is the escape route. In this situation, you know, I've got nowhere to escape to if I did get lit up. But my camo values are my plan B. You know, that's what's kind of protecting me, because I'm not going to get lit up. I'm 100% not going to get lit up. If I fire my gun here, I think I do 3 blind shots here, and they just go nowhere. You don't get lit up, but you need to be aware of when you are about to take that shot. Is your camo on? Is your camo net active? A lot of times you'll see me playing this tank, and I won't shoot until my camo net is on. That reduces the chance of me being detected if I do fire my gun significantly. You want to remain a hidden sniper as much as possible, 100%. That is your strength. You have 2 strengths, which is, you know, your auto-loading gun, which is a strength when it feels like being a strength, and your camo values. You know, you're a hidden sniper. So those are your kind of 2 strengths. Everything else, there's nothing else to speak of. There's speed, mobility, traverse, you know, that all sucks. So it's smart of me to pull back here. As you can see, 2 mega TDs coming down the middle. They would have lit me up. Proxy spotted me, and they would have got shots into me, as well as the guys in the town. So it was smart of me to pull back, absolutely 100%. As is always the case, not always, but you quite often see on Lakeville, a lot of the weaker players will head into the valley. And on this team, there's a significant amount of weaker players, I guess, because there's a significant amount of players in the valley, and they don't seem to get this strength in numbers. They could just go for it and most really take the valley, not with ease. I'm sure there'll be a few casualties, but I mean, the purpose of a flank is to take the flank. So you're not. You see a lot of players just going to a flank just to be on that flank, just to trade shots, trade damage. Nothing's happening. It's just back and forth. And what was the point? You know, you're going to that flank to overtake that flank, to, you know, annihilate the tanks there, etc., etc. And we are weak in the town. We are 100% weak in the town, and I am preparing for incoming, basically. That heavy is brawling. I think he makes it back, and he kind of joins up with the medium. But I need these tanks to stay alive, and because these are my eyes and ears. I mean, I can do the spotting, but there's a possibility at this distance, if I fire my gun, once I spot them, that I'm going to get lit up. And once you get lit up in this thing, anything that shoots at you is going to pin you. So I need in this kind of situation, I need other people to spot, you know, 100%. So, and yeah, track, this is what I'm talking about. Pen. And we wait. We want to make that shot count. Okay, 2 pens. Two pretty decent pens. Very good pens. So that's, you know, 1k damage. That's nothing to complain about, you know. But we do go into this humongous reload. And during this 40-second reload, those guys, they could overrun our base so easily. I don't know what are the 2 heavies to my side. But that's That's all that there is now here. Is looks like our guys have pushed through in the valley, so kudos to them. I was complaining about them. I should be ashamed. And now we're almost done with the reload, and we're gonna take our time with these shots. You have to take your time. Make sure your shots count in this thing. 100%. That's not gonna work. We are trying to hit that top bar, and 2 pens again. That's very decent for this thing. But as you can see, I'm not penning. That first shot was sloppy, 100%. And here we go, a shot into me, straight away you get module damage, you get your crew members get knocked out. It's instant. This tank does not have 9 lives, it has 1 life. And that life is protected by that cloak of invisibility. But once you're lit up, you're in trouble. You're 100% in trouble. We are seriously losing. They're doing okay up north. They seem to be holding on for dear life, and we seem to be holding on for dear life. Looks like the weaker players. Yes, go on. A track, come on, right there. Yes, I thought so. You don't see me loading premium though. That's the one thing. You don't need it. 100%. Yes, go on, go on, go on. Yes, there it is. And yeah, that was their push. Their push is gone. All that's left is the little light tank, but I can't allow that little light tank. Yeah, we've annihilated them basically. We played it smart. We played it well. We're on our 40-second reload now. We're just about done. Just about there. We're going to take out this Ari. All that's left are the 2 TDs up north. And that's it. So sneaky so-and-so tank 100%. But I mean, granted, those targets were so much closer that I did pen 2 out of the 3 shots in my clip. And even though they were closer, you saw it wasn't the weakness of the tank, so to speak. It was I wasn't aiming correctly. I somewhat rushed my shots, but that's because the game was up in the air. The adrenaline was kicking in, and I was lit up. I was in front of another tank. If he had penned me, I would have died. End of story. And the game might have tipped this way, not that way. So it was, it's just a tense moment. So we spot there. No. You're not going to get away that easy. Absolutely. There we go. Picking up our 3rd kill. And Stritz one. Nice side shots. Yes, beautiful. And he just misses me. Oh, I just moved in the nick of time. He gets taken out. And fantastic game. Fantastic game. We pick up 4k damage, assists 73, 3 kills. Beautiful game for this tank, absolutely. We didn't carry the game, but we definitely helped get that victory. And you can see that silver, very decent, very nice. And final game, we are on, I can't remember the name, the 1944 map. I can't remember the name. This is a tier 8 matchup, and this gameplay is going to showcase me being just a bully, a straight up bully, and just just going I don't know, ever so slightly bananas, a bit of a devil may care attitude. I don't know what it is. So it's just I sense weakness, and I kind of take advantage of that, and I pounce on it, and I just go for it basically. So initially we're playing a TD role. We're not all the way up front. We're here hanging back with the other TD, and we are top tier. We're using the camo values. I'm trying to plant myself up on the ridge line here and have my camo values kick in, but it's not working. As soon as I'm cresting that ridge, I'm getting lit up. So I have to keep in mind that there are 3 artillery on both sides. You know, that is significant. So can we get the side of a Tiger P? We should be able to get this. No problemo. He goes behind a rock. He's going to pop up again. No, he's not. That was easy enough. So we still got 1k damage to inflict with these 2 shells. Tiger 1, we see his damage counter, 958. We should be able to take him out easily, 100%. He goes down to 692. Yes, please. 1. Ah. Right at the last second, it gets taken away from us. And now we're on our 40 second reload. Having a look, is this guy going to pop out? And this is me when I was mentioning earlier how I'm not simply pulling back into a bush and I'm hiding and I'm doing nothing and I'm being immobile just because I'm on that reload. I still want to, you know, convey to people that my gun might be loaded. What do you know? You know, so this Tiger P is ducking back in to cover, even though I wasn't fully reloaded. I am reloaded now, of course. So I'm trying to see what this Tiger P is up to. I'm fully aware of the fact that, you know, again, free artillery are in play. I'm getting the spotting damage on this black print, where the shot just came in. I'm not sure was that. Yeah, and this is really, yeah, seriously and really reckless of me, 100%, because it might have not have worked out in my favor, absolutely. And there goes artillery, gets 1 shot, and you know, that was 100% reckless of me and of our team in general. You know, we shouldn't have crested that ridge. We don't know what's back there. You saw what was back there. SU-152. He can one-shot me so easily, but you know, it is what it is. And we've noticed now as a team, or I've noticed, that nothing has gone to the center. And when nothing's gone to the center, that means everybody's either hiding in the back, or this shouldn't present no significant problem. You basically sense weakness, that the team has lemon trained down one side, and because they have lemon trained down one side, you can see that basically on the other side of the map is just 2 or 3 players, because the SU-152 is over here, and all that remains is 2 pieces of artillery, which means, you know, they're done. They're done and dusted. Now, I'm going to lose my life here if I, you know, screw around anymore and play it too aggressive. So I plant myself in a bush, I let my camo kick in, and I'm going to spot the targets if at all possible. Kind of take a breather, relax for a second, and, you know, don't go too crazy, too quick, too fast. I do sense weakness, but they still got guns, they still fire shells and all of that jazz. So myself and this medium, we're pushing up here on the side. What do we see? He's on the opposite side of the hill, so there's no joy there. Restore Emil, can we get a shot into him? Yes, this is easy peasy. We've got 2 shots in our clip. 1, can we get it? Yes, we do, absolutely. So there's 1 heavy somewhere in the middle. There's a medium all the way up in the north. Looks like he's about to take our artillery. And we just spotted the arty, or did we? I'm not sure. So it's just their team is just scattered and weak, and there was no cohesive you know, strategy. It seems as if they all lemon trade down one side, and they weren't that good players. They weren't too good players to begin with. So we're currently on 4 kills, and we're just looking for the next. And it's a street one. Not sure which way is he facing. We pen once, he turns, and we can see, yeah, he's kind of lowered his armor, which kind of reduces the penetration needed to pen that thing, and yeah, comfortably pick up our 5th kill. So possibly, maybe, you know, there's a Radley's on the table. There's the artillery. This medium is trying to get onto the Artie. RTD is capping 100%. Looks like I'm going to load up exactly when this guy appears in front of me. Or as soon as I crest this ridge here. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just about loaded. Look at that. Perfect. And there we go. See, but now there's 2 targets left. My team is working against me. Well, the TD is working against me because he's capping. So I have no choice there. And he just doesn't want to get off. Is this a good judgment call on his behalf? I don't think so, me personally. So all that's left is 2 heavies. One of the heavies we know is on... Yeah, well, there he is. He's on the cap circle, and... But you gotta... I can't do a reload. I'm signaling negative, you know, because he's gonna cap out. I'm gonna take this guy out. Should be able to, no problemo. There we go. Okay. 1. We track. 2. And now I'm... Yeah. So a Radley. It could have been a Radley. But no, it's not a Radley. Okay, we're not here to discuss the... Oh, there he is. As well. Look at that. Look at that. I'm 10 seconds away. I haven't seen this replay in a while. He did... Okay, we're here to talk about the Iron Rain. We're here to... I'm not going to pitch. I'm not going to moan. Radley. That's why I chose this replay. I remember now. So as you can see, we did a fantastic amount of damage. Assisted damage as well. It makes a buttload of silver. It does troll you, the gun. You know, it's an auto-loading gun. It is what it is. But if you're willing to put up with the auto-loading gun... I don't think I sent him a message. If you're willing to put up with the negatives of having an auto-loading gun, then, you know, it's 100%. It's a fantastic machine. Absolutely. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it's a pain. You just have to put up with that. You just have to deal with that. Take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos.